Brad McHugh here again. I just wanted to real quick touch base on this interactive whiteboard technology stuff. So experiences. First question they had was, what experiences have I had with interactive technology as a student or as a teacher? I have a little bit of a hybrid answer because when I worked in the AmeriCorps as a college completion coach, I worked in and around a lot of smart boards and classrooms and such. And by and large, I felt like while they may have had an interesting concept, most of them are still not user-friendly. They're just clunky. And so a lot of times I was ending up having to troubleshoot for my peers, or I would get called in by a professor, how do I work this thing? And so there's still something that lacks a little bit. Definitely though, of all the ones that I've seen, I probably got the most out of the Turning Technologies Touchboard Plus. That's the model that the professors that were happy with their smart boards used, because otherwise it was just horribly complicated. And this allowed them the ability to draw on the board with their finger, to stick things up with a magnet, to have more functionality. So definitely a very important, and well, I know that it's not the newest, the oldest one. It's definitely a good one. Okay, so let's see, interactive app. I'm leaning towards Socrative because it allows for real-time learning activity. It allows for feedback. You can see what the level of comprehension is of the material, which I think is critical as a teacher if you're teaching to mastery and not just standardized test answers. And it allows you to have those results instantly. So as a teacher, you can say, okay, only 30% of my class got this concept. I better back up and try another way. Slow down. So I know we often feel the crunch. If I had to choose just the one, I would go with the Socrative app. And I'll say why. Because it's available across a wide variety of devices. That way we're not having to buy extra software and hardware for the students. If they have a laptop, if they have a tablet, if I have my desktop, we can all run the same application and keep track of that. So of those, I'm leaning that direction, not necessarily towards a hardwired smart board. I would rather do a projector with a Socrative activity than to buy dedicated smart boards. They add a whole new layer of complexity. Okay, so after reading the article that was suggested about with clickers, a couple thoughts. First of all, sample size was pretty small, so these kids may or may not have been particularly trained in this. I would have wanted to have seen 10 times the amount of students surveyed, because you're looking at the results of a particular classroom of less than 25 students. So your sampling error could be significant. So criticizing that from a math standpoint. Do I think I would use similar clickers? Maybe. Otherwise, I think it could just be distracting. You have one more thing in their hands, one more piece of technology to fiddle with in the room. And if you have an app like Socrative, like some of these other ones, I don't really see the point of adding a whole another layer of technology. I guess I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon when it comes to technology. You use enough to get the job done. The more you pile on, the more opportunities you have for something to break down right when you need it the most. And I know that makes it sound old guard, but it's true. If you use something, use one thing or two things that you can fix easily. If it breaks down, it's a whole lot better than having 5 or 6 pieces and everything is all interdependent. And if one breaks down, then oh no, my whole day's shot. I might as well tell my kids to have an early recess. That's not responsible teaching. That's not good for the kids, and that's not good overall. So I think it's a technology that needs more time to grow, and I think it's something that we should thoughtfully consider before integrating into our classrooms.